Hello to the users of YouTube and to the listeners of Kaleidoscopic Lens Radio. This is the point of the show where I usually do a rant or give some information in regards to what's going on in the world. Well, is everyone else sick and tired of the weather? Or the lack of weather, should I say? Due to the chem mess being sprayed in the upper ionosphere daily, yet again, more people are suffering from vitamin D deficiency. Is anyone surprised? Are you? Are you surprised? No. Back in the 40s and 50s, we had the same thing. Rickets, whooping cough, and all the other diseases that are related to vitamin D deficiency were rife. And the government done a whole big campaign encouraging children to drink a pint of milk at school that was fortified with vitamin D. Also encouraging parents to put their children out between the hours of midday and 3 o'clock to get some vitamin D. Because, newsflash, you cannot make vitamin D in the Northern Hemisphere, any other time than between April and September, and only between the hours of about midday and 3, the time when they tell you not to sit in the sun. Also, by applying suntan lotion to your skin, on top of that will prevent the UVB and the UVA that you need to make vitamin D get through. You'll then go home that evening and get into the shower or a bath and wash all the vitamin D that your body hasn't absorbed off your skin. Therefore, not getting any vitamin D and getting sick. Well, another one of my friends has been told by the doctor that they're vitamin D deficient. Is it me? Is it? Okay, I take vitamin D. It's not ideal. I don't want to be taking vitamin D that's been made in a laboratory out of sheep membrane or anything like that, really, right? But what fucking choice do I have when once again no one is doing anything or admitting anything about the weather modification that's going on? Now, anyone who's got eyes, these things here, can look up and see quite clearly that the sky, it shouldn't be white or silver. Okay, I'm sorry, but since I was a kid, the sky's always been blue. Or is that something that you've changed all of a sudden? Because science determines the fact that it will actually be blue, okay, due to the way colour travels, etc., etc. So, you tell me, because once again, I'm like at a complete loss as to why the human race is still not waking up to this little thing. Right, because basically, without vitamin D, you will die. Okay? Without sunlight, other ecosystems don't happen. Last year's harvest has failed. This year's harvest will fail. It's already been announced. Now, there has been a bit of not GMOs going on. There's this super wheat they're trying to develop right now, where farmers are trying to make decent wheat with one another. Basically, it's not a bad thing. Okay, just to get this straight, it's like trying to mate someone who's a pedigree dog with another pedigree dog instead of mating it with a dog that's a bit of everything. Okay, and they're trying to do that at the moment with wheat because the fact that farmers are complaining that we're in shit. Why is that? Why? Oh, yeah. Monsanto. Oh, look. Oh, the harvest has failed this year. Oh, and it's going to fail again. And look, we couldn't make the super wheat out of mating these two bits of wheat. What are we going to do now? Oh, we've got wheat that grows in water. We've got wheat that grows with no sunlight. It grows in the dark. Doesn't need it. It'll kill you. But hey, we'll sell you that. And then what you can do next year is buy the seeds off us again, right? So you're actually, it's just, I don't understand how the human race has got to this point, Oh, we're not that bright, are we? Oh, let's fucking lead ourselves to extinction, shall we? Oh, sorry, EastEnders is on. And the latest iPhone's out. I'm going to go and do that and not worry about the fact that I'm going to be dead in 5 years' time if I don't sort it out. Because, it's just, I was taught at a very young age that when the meteorite that hit the Earth that wiped out the dinosaurs and caused the sun to be knocked out, everything died. Is that, ring any alarm bells going off yet? No? No, thought not. Unless you're awake. And you're probably shouting at the screen with me right now, going, yes! Yes! Right, newsflash. One planet, one chance. That's gone. We're fucked. And to be honest with you, I'm quite glad that we haven't got the technology or the ability to get into a rocket and fly to another planet to fuck that up, really. Okay? It's good that we cannot leave this planet any further than the fucking moon. And that's even if we went there. Who the fuck knows? But I'm quite glad that we can't go any further. Because that means that the virus of the human race cannot fuck up any other worlds. Because as uneducated that we are right now, we shouldn't be able to leave this planet. Because we'll just destroy it. Because people just blindly follow orders, blindly do nothing about it. So all the weathermen and the Met Office and the people, right, who might know a little bit about what's going on with the sky, by not saying anything, you are as bad as the people enforcing it. And it's the same with everything. That's why I'm not a manager at work anymore. That's why I'm not in charge of people. Yeah? Because I am part of the problem then if I'm enforcing, and I can't live with that. Sorry, that's against who I am. And I'm sorry if any of you find that offensive because you're managers or supervisors or whatever. Right? That's your choice. That's up to you. I'm not going to judge you for that. But my morals tell me that if I do that, I'm enforcing something that I don't agree with. So I can't do that because by enforcing that, it's causing the problem. Okay? So, we all know how Hitler got in. Let's not do it again. So are we actually going to do something about it? Right? Because there's no point in me writing to my MP and saying stop fucking spraying chemtrails if no one else is going to bother. Because I've held protests. I've spent my own money held in protests in London to do with the New World Order. Yeah? And Ben, one of my friends, he arrived. Ben Emlyn Jones, you've probably seen his radio show on Critical Mass Radio. He came, he spoke. The second time round, not as many people went. So the third time round, I didn't go. Do you know why? Because I barely had the money to go the first time round. I had to walk from the train station to the protest without getting a tube, which was like a 50-minute walk, because I didn't have the money. And then people don't turn up. YouTube. I don't post on YouTube as much anymore because all you do is get a load of abuse and it's just not worth the fucking, aggravation. I now run a radio show. That costs me money. And there's only so much or so long that I can carry on paying for it. Currently, I look at it as a hobby, and that's the only reason why I can justify its expense. I wrote loads of songs. The protest songs I've wrote, if I had sold them for a price instead of selling them free, I'd have near enough just made my money back by now. So that's just fair enough. At least you make your money back. But the other songs I haven't. So, I can't just keep giving things to people for nothing, right? If people aren't going to start acting, it's just like, we're all going to die of vitamin D deficiency. This isn't just a problem for me. It isn't just a problem for the next door neighbour. It's a problem for the fucking world. It's a problem. It's a big problem. They want to lower the population. You're going to let them kill you off by just knocking out the sun because that's going to be the easiest way. Colds in March? Please. Come on, people. Everyone knows that vitamin D deficiency is how you get a cold. Oh, there's no cure for a common cold. We don't know what it is. No, of course you don't. How many people get colds in fucking on the equator? Yeah? How many? In the winter, like when the sun isn't as high as it should be. The equator's always the sun's always in the sky at the equator. Even when it leans back and, the planet leans back and forward. You don't hear of it, do you? Matey in Africa's got a cold, Central Africa, it's 40 degrees outside, but he's got a cold. If he sat in the house for the whole of his life and not actually got any vitamin D via his skin, he might get a cold. The vitamin D is the catalyst that helps your immune system work. I'm going to stop talking now. It's been 10 minutes, and I haven't been too angry about it because I can't be. I've got, yeah, peace, love and light.